Hello again, friends and neighbors, and welcome back to the OG Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm Dunkleman. He's Burrell. We're about to reluctantly recap just a dreadful week one. How'd your week go? Johnny, I got a bad taste. I got a bad smell. I got a bad feeling. It's just all bad. How are you doing?
It's not good. It's terrible.
Oh,
On a fantasy note, I'd be all right with my week one performance.
well, quit your bragging.
That's
I got a better waiver spot, is what I'm telling you. I mean,
right.
just not a whole lot of fantasy points really for the week, not in our league, and some devastating injuries, one of which I couldn't have been happier about last night. We don't like to, root for anybody to get hurt, but when it's Aaron Rodgers against my beloved Buffalo Bills on the opening game on Monday night, yeah, I like to see that. I don't like to see him gone for the year. I like the guy, but the bad news is, how badly would we have gotten beaten if he hadn't torn his Achilles, John? That's the question I think on everybody's minds.
Well, I'm not sure because our defense still played well,
Yes.
and so it might have been the same sort of outcome because it really wasn't a problem of the defense. It had to be a problem of one particular human being.
One human being? Yeah. And it's not the guy fucking everybody's mom who
No,
came out smelling pretty good out of that one. Good little redemption for the pretty boy for the Jets, who looks like he's got a job now. By the way, I've heard a couple people on the radio say today, well, they got to call Tom Brady. You know what? Call Tom Brady. I'd like to knock him out. I'd like to knock him out for the rest of his career again. Let's take out two of the GOATs in the same season. There you go ahead and bring Brady. Oh, good Lord. I mean, we love Josh Allen on this podcast. We don't hide it. We support him. Johnny, I'm kind of blaming myself. This is the first time that I have not tweeted a strong arm. Look at that. I just caught my reflection.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Donkey's keeping it tight. 50 what?
Zoinks.
50 what?
Zoinks.
But my God, Joshua, what are we doing? In a game that we don't have to be the hero, why are we committing 4 turnovers? Johnny, I mean, I was so excited for that game, and that 4 plays in, it's done. It's over. What happened?
I went upstairs to tuck my wife into bed. She said, "How's the game going?" I said, "It's 13-3. The starting quarterback is out. The Jets do not have a shot in the second half." What an asshole I am.
We appeared to be in the fabled catbird seat, and that seat
Mm-hmm.
just absolutely collapsed. I don't know. I mean, we just got to be better than that on offense. Again, this is a fantasy football podcast, but we're gonna, it's also therapy too. John, the
I
thing that
just wish in week or year 5. Is it Allen's 5th year?
yeah, I think so.
I wish he would take coaching on the sideline. The head coach is going, be smart.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
couple of
thank
those.
you.
Yeah, just got to be you. We still love you, Josh, but get your shit together.
Yeah.
We're hearing all this windows closing. Yeah, look, they've set you guys up for success. Bean has set you guys up for success. That window does not have to close, but you got to close the window on those interceptions, brother. That was just bad. You know what? I will take a moral victory on this. I don't usually have my son on Monday nights, but I asked to have him because I wanted to share in this with him. And yeah, he's in his room playing with his lightsaber, and it was getting to me. It was getting to me a little bit, and I'm like, I don't want to push. Maybe I'm just unpleasant to watch football with. I don't know. I thought about that. I had that thought. I yell, I cheer. Maybe a couple swear words comes out. Whatever. He's 10. Get a grip. But then at the end of the game, and I guilted him a little bit. I maybe say, okay, I'll just keep pretending like I care about baseball. I don't know if I said that or not, but you want to have that bonding experience with your son. So you know what? God bless him. The fourth quarter, he sat down and watched the whole game, or the whole fourth quarter, the end of the game with me. And then I was like, why did I even want him to even be involved in this? And Johnny, when they returned that punt, I didn't make a sound. Not a sound. I didn't have a reaction.
It was fitting. It was fitting.
I just went, oh, he's gone. Because what can I do about it at that point? I saw it. It's over. There's no sense in being upset now. I'm in the game. I'm in the ups and downs, and I'm living and breathing it. But when it's over, why am I going to be upset? Doesn't affect me. We'll see what happens next week.
Well,
But
I shared this with you already. My daughter, 4 years old, bless her heart, wanted to watch something on my phone on Sunday. And she said, no football.
what are we doing wrong? What are we doing wrong? Oh, he doesn't like golf either. Whatever. Let's get to the points in our league, John. Not a very high scoring affair for the week one. As we've said before, if you followed us last season, 100 points is rare. 100 points is really, really good. So, Johnny, maybe we should just go down the standings here. And I say that the top week, congratulations, Stanley Ullman of the Deadheads. He gets the $50. We have a $50 reward for each individual week highest points. Stanley comes through with 72. Not bad. Followed up by the Prodigal comes home with 63. Then we have the Omaha Steaks with 59. Butterfly Toast with 47. Shitsuckers 39. Solid. Not what you want, but fifth. Who would have thought that? Southpaws at 38. Some young guy 37. Hey, have we heard my name yet? Have we heard? No, we haven't heard the host's name yet. The Meltdowns at 34. The Ass Kickers at 33. Tom Lezot at 26. There's only 2 spots. Oh, there I am. The Tay-Salm Bitches. Let down by the namesake. 22. That is not how.
Carl gets your pick.
Mansfield Mob gets the number 1 waiver pick with 14. 22, John, I had a bad taste in my mouth. I think I scored I scored single digits in the last week last year, and I handled it like a champ too. It's a whole new Dunkleman. Almost stoic.
Let's talk about kickers.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about kickers. Let's talk about my kicker. I had Aubrey, and then I watched his first kick. Shank. Oh, no. I've only got 12 points, and I have my kicker left. Every point is precious, but he came through in the end. Which kickers are you referring to, brother?
Yours. We got you 10, about 45% of your total points.
I'll take it.
And
thank you, Aubrey, if that is your real name.
Jake Elliott, who got me 18 out of my 39 points. So also about 45%.
Yeah, that's a solid way to start. Good kicker production. Oh my God. Let's do a little breakdown of the Deadheads. Let's show you what a typical winning week is in our league. Good old Stanley Ullman, 70 years old, going strong, looking for a second victory. His second title in his what? How many years has he been in this league? I think it's been 20. I think it's been over 20. So Stanley waits until what? Round 10 to take a quarterback, and he takes Bryce Young. If that is it Bryce? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know the rookies the way that most people do. But he snags Purdy. Because Joe Burrow is not available. Purdy. And he comes through with 15. So he makes the right decision. He took him very late. He starts Purdy at quarterback.
Young had 6. So that was right.
Yes, the good decision there. And again, an 8-yard touchdown pass. That's 6 points. A 19-yard touchdown pass. That's 9. A total of 15. Saquon, boy, the Giants were not so giant, were they? Boy, that was a beat down.
Yeah, little Giants.
Looking good. Nothing from Barkley. You gotta love a rookie with a sweet 18-pointer, Johnny, an 11-yard touchdown reception for Bijan Robinson, who was taken. What did he take? You got him in the second round. Round in our draft. 18 points. That's nice. And by the way, that Atlanta, that rushing game looks pretty good. Algiers.
Yeah, I got Algiers right up there in my. No, I got him right.
Oh, you got him up there.
Yeah,
on the waivers
for him at about 2:00 Eastern time.
Yeah, I'm looking to burn. I'm just looking to light $5 on fire myself. I can't even remember who I think I put in for a wide out. Look at this. Brandon Ayuk, 2 touchdowns. He looked fantastic. He had something like 9 catches, a ton of yards. Looks like he might be the favorite target there over Debo, but man, good production. 15 points, an 8-yard touchdown catch and a 19-yard touch. Hey, that's the same as, that's right, because he got it thrown from Purdy. I'm real quick. I'm real quick with numbers and math. Then he's okay. We didn't talk about this last week, and we should kind of go through it if we have time later. Everybody's final roster. Stanley Ullman has 3 tight ends on his roster. Probably different than your traditional league. Those 3 tight ends are George Kittle, Darren Waller, and Kelsey, who he couldn't start. So I think the only reason he didn't start, he started Ayuk, is because he couldn't start Kelsey and complete his holy trinity of tight ends. So Kittle and Waller both got blanked. And there's Dicker the kicker with 12 points. That's solid. Oh, that was a good the Chargers-Miami game. I watched that whole game. That was fun. And then he gets the bullshit Jets. The nail in the coffin on our game for a 12-pointer. Did that give him the $50 or did he have it before? No, he had it before, didn't he?
He had it already. Yeah. No, he didn't.
No.
Because Coleman had 63. The prodigal.
Yeah, so he was down. Oh, that our heartbreak puts $50.
The last play of week 1 got him on 50.
Unbelievable. Wow. Why don't you take us through Coleman Roche, the prodigal comes home week. Look at this quarterback production.
A prodigal got Deshaun Watson, 26 points with 1 receiving touchdown, 1 rushing touchdown, and a rushing 2-point conversion. So he had the gamut of
he really did
point production there. 26
and
total.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was the highest point production from a quarterback in our league.
I believe it was.
No.
And then he dipped back to the colonial era with Alexander Madison with a 12-point receiving touchdown, 4 yards.
I passed on him.
Catching the ball as a running back, you get 12 points. Tony Pollard, 2 rushing touchdowns, a 2-yarder and a 1-yarder, also 12 points.
Yep.
And then Calvin Ridley with a 9-yarder for 6 points.
And a ton of catches, so he looks like he's back.
His kicker, Young-Hoo Koo, had 7, and that was a total of 63, and he only left 9 on the bench with the other member of the Minnesota Vikings, Addison.
He could be starting Madison and Addison.
Yeah,
there's got to be some kind of team name there. Maybe workshop at Roche. And by the way, Jamar Chase got shut out, and so did Cooper. So you know what? Pretty solid start for Roach Dog. 63 points. We'll do the top 3 and then we'll go through ours.
I don't want to dwell on the third, but should have won easily, hands down. Should have won. Omaha State, your brother.
My brother with the number 1 pick takes Josh Allen, and you're thinking, no, put me down for 30 opening week. Maybe only 20 because it's the Jets. But hey, on the bright side, Aaron Jones, look at this backfield production. Aaron Jones as a 1-yard touchdown, that's 6. But then he catches a sweet 35-yard pass. That's 18 plus 6, 24. Unfortunately, got a little hammy issue. We'll see how he looks towards the end of the week about starting week 2. But then he's got Brian Robinson. This kid gets shot in the ass. Boom, he's right back. First game of season 2. 12-pointer. Catches a 7-yard pass. And then, of course, another Packers touchdown. Packers look good. Jordan Love, is he for real? Somebody going to grab him on the waivers tonight? I don't know. Was Jordan Love drafted in your league out there? I don't think he was drafted anywhere.
And how many points did Josh Allen get? You skipped him.
Well, he had 6 points, John. And let's talk about the fact that our league is very quarterback driven. And there was a consensus for quarterbacks that just were the top guys. So let's go through that. Josh Allen, number 1, 6 points. Jalen Hurts, number 2, 6 points. Patrick Mahomes, looking like a genius, 12. And Joe Burrow, 0.0. What happened to the Cincinnati Bengals? Looking like the old Bungles. I got to believe that's going to change. But look at that. All those coveted quarterbacks taken in the first round. And let's not forget Jackson. Lamar Jackson, blanked first-round pick. Kenny had the best pick with Justin Herbert, I believe, at the 12-13 swing. He had 18 points this week. So very, very low quarterback production for our league.
How
Not
about
a whole
Mac
lot of
Jones with
points.
24 and a loss?
Yeah, he's the second. He's the second highest point total for a quarterback in our league. I would have bet he would be like literally the bottom of the barrel for the entire season. He still will be. New England sucks, and you all know it.
Kirk Cousins 10th and Russell Wilson 12th.
Kirk Cousins, right there. You
Right.
thought he was going to be around number 8. He's above his draft selection. He's above his draft stock right now. John, let's save the worst for the last, and I'm talking about mine. Let's go through yours. Talk a little bit about how you feel about your team's production.
I didn't have high hopes or aspirations, especially with my wideouts.
That's the attitude.
But,
that's how you want to start your season.
yeah,
Lower those expectations.
Hey, I actually like to start the season in a crappy way because that gives me a better chance to get good players who
There
weren't
you
picked.
go. Lull everybody into a
Instead,
false sense of security. Clean up on that waiver wire.
Instead, I'm in the middle, so we'll see what happens. But Cousins with 15, I mean, if he got me 15 a week every week, I'd be very satisfied with picking him.
Think you
But
would. Slow and steady wins the race.
Mustard with a
Mostert.
6-pointer. Mustard, I hate starting Miami Dolphins, but
yeah, but these Miami Dolphins, I don't have any shares of this year. They are
there
so
are a couple guys out there you could pick at.
Yeah, I don't
on
know.
the waiver wire.
I got Wiley put in
Braxton Berrios.
Tony Braxton Berrios. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're White and Harris were your other 2 starters. They got blanked. Boy, Pittsburgh took a drubbing.
No, everybody else got blanked except for, I didn't really expect Bateman or Hodgkins to score.
I gotta believe you could put up a better. Let's not forget you took Cooper Kupp in the first round, and he's on tour right now. He's on tour of the Midwest states, trying to find a doctor. So you're Hodgins and Bateman. It's not the most solid starting 1-2 wide receiver punch, but when you get 18 points from your kicker, Jumbo Elliott.
Yeah, that's right. And who might you think would be the first guy I'm trying to get rid of on the waiver wire this week?
One of those.
Isaiah.
Now, I was bummed out that you got DeAndre Swift ahead of me in the draft, and then boy, he did nothing. I think he had 2 or 3 touches. I'm sure that's going to change, but kind of surprising that he didn't get involved more in the offense.
And I did not start.
No, you did not. I was surprised, but you made the right move. All right, we've put this off long enough. Let's go look at this steaming pile. As we know, Patrick Mahomes, he already played on Thursday, 12 points, pretty disappointing, 2 touchdowns, but they were very short. I don't think he's started a season premiere at home without less than 3 touchdowns, but Kelsey going down with that little time to gameplay is what happened there. I'm not worried about it. What I am worried about, John, are the next 5 numbers. Jacobs, 0. Henry, 0. Sanders, 0. Mike Williams, 0. Taysom Bitch Hill, 0. That's not good. Those are 3
a lot of zeros.
Quality running backs. Derrick Henry, we know who he is. He actually had a couple of design screen passes, took one for 50 yards, and I was out of my recliner. I was on my tippy toes. Oh, there's guys back deep. Damn it. But we got we got perky for a second. I didn't watch the other games, but Sanders had a decent amount of touches. Jacobs got stuffed. Denver's got a tight, pretty solid D. So we'll see what happens. Taysom Bitch again. Last year I had him. I don't want him. I took him in the 5th round. I don't know. There was nobody better. I don't know. He had 3 carries, but you never know what's going to happen with him. So I don't know if I'm going to sit him or what. I made a stupid call. I started Mike Williams for 2 reasons. And you might want to actually look at this. Look at the point totals for the over-unders that Vegas puts out. If you've got guys in those games, it's probably smart to start them. That's what I thought. And that's why I started Mike Williams, and full disclosure, because I wanted to watch that game. And I have this bad habit of wanting to start who I want to watch because I like the joy. Is that your only bad
habit, Brian?
I've got so many, John, not as many as I used to, and you know that. Thank God there were no cell phones when we were youths.
Yes.
So I benched Mike Evans for Mike Williams. Again, 2 great options 4 years ago. And Evans comes through with a 9-pointer.
Evans is still, I think he's solid. I think that,
Well, guess if he's going to be in my lineup this week. Of course he is.
I'll bet you.
I'll chase those points with the best of them. But when you leave 9 on the bench, when you only have 22, if I don't make that one switch, I'm 8 points behind you. So I
That's
don't know.
right.
I'm looking at my team. Brandon Cooks, we got to wait and see. Khalil Herbert, that didn't look good, but he did have a deuce. I left 2 points on the bench with Khalil Herbert. But I don't know. I got to call. I guess I'm putting Kadarius Toney. What a terrible opening. What a terrible opening game for him. It may be rash. Yeah. It may be rash to get rid of him, but I'm cutting bait because I think there's somebody better out there, and his name is, well, I'm just gonna say wherefore art thou as a little teaser of who I've got my eye on, who had a couple touchdowns. Johnny, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to go through some of these rosters, or we've got some time left? This is basically how we'll go through, because we want to share the scoring system and give you an indication of what a usual week is, and the highs and the lows, and how far behind I was last year to come storming back just to be disappointed and come in third. But it was exciting. I got no problem starting 22. I'm 50 points out. That's nothing. Nope. I would rather not be another 50 out.
Stanley has 25 next week, and you have 100.
I like that. I'm going to dog ear this for a clip.
So I think the biggest thing week 2 is transaction. Who are you going to pick up? I mean, yeah, that's you draft people that you think might be okay, and hey, they might be long term, but in week 1 they suck, and now it's time to make a move because there are a lot of guys
blow an Achilles.
Yes, there are a lot of guys who are undrafted. So you're picking up Zach Wilson this week, right?
Nope, I'm going to just leave him right where he is. I don't know, man. You think you're going to roll with him, or are they going to bring somebody in? They got to bring somebody in. Good for that kid.
They're thinking Super Bowl.
They better think 9 wins at this point. I'm sorry, right, I don't buy it.
Who are they bringing in to get them 13 wins?
I don't know if there's anybody there. I heard some names bandied about.
Tim Tebow?
Andy Dalton. Is Tim Tebow available?
He's available.
Get on your knees.
Got to get off the speaking tour. So anyway, transaction. Tyler Algier.
Yes, sir.
Gus Edwards. Elijah Moore.
Now, is it Gus Edwards or is it Justice Hill? And don't forget, Melvin Gordon is just activated from the practice squad. So that's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess.
That's why I'm not grabbing a Baltimore running back this week.
Yeah.
Romeo Dubes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So if Carl doesn't grab him, I got to believe that he's going to be my – that's how bad my receivers are. Oh, am I going to sit Taysom, though? Or do I give him one more week?
So spend some time tonight, whenever your waiver wire runs. Look at who's available and make some wise choices. That's what you got to do in the first 3 weeks.
Yep. Now, we went through your odds. Let's just give a little rundown of the teams he's talking about and who had a decent draft according to the rules of our league. Tom Dunkelman with the number 1 pick was your overall favorite to win this year. And Josh Allen is the number 1 reason. That's his quarterback. He has a great turn. He takes Aaron Jones and we got where is he there? Devontae Adams. Very, very solid. It's very easy to screw up the first pick. Those are just a great second, third round turn. So then he rounds out his backfield with Robinson, who has a 12-pointer, and Jerick McKinnon, who knows what he's going to do. Zach Charbonnet. That guy's got a lot of talent. I like him to have a big second half of the year. Just a matter of time before he gets more reps. Gainwell looks like the guy right now in Philly. I don't believe that's going to continue. So that's pretty solid right there with Josh Allen, considering you're not getting you're getting the 24th best option at running back, and to get Aaron Jones, hopefully his hammy's okay. And then his wide receiver core is not too bad. Devontae Adams. He started Tyler Lockett because he's got Watson, who was injured. Michael Thomas looked good. So, and he's got a little Geno Smith looking for that another magical season as his backup, who we hope He never has to see the light of day other than Josh Allen's bye week. So that's his team. We already went through mine. John, I think you predicted me coming in second for the year. It's a long season.
I did.
We know that. Now let's take a look. Coleman had a really good draft, but he waited on quarterback, and so far it has worked out for him. He's got 26 points out of Watson, which is the most of any quarterback in our league. Madison Pollard, boy, if you get 12 every week from those two, those were two guys I was a little worried about just because I like to see him do it twice. And this is kind of a big test for both of those guys, whether they're just going to be a flash in the pan and really elevate above that backup status, which they've been most of their careers. But don't forget, man, Jamar Chase is going to turn it around. Jamar Chase and Cooper and Ridley, that's a pretty solid team right there.
So I had somebody tied with you. I gave you the nod, but the other person I had right up there with you was Lump. He's Lump.
He's Lump.
Where's Lump? He was 1 point behind me at 6th place. Lawrence had 15 points. You got Eckler, who's now got a little injury. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I just saw that.
St. Brown, who seems to have a major chip on his shoulder to have a huge year. That'll be interesting to see. He got 6 points. He's got Diggs, who had 10 catches for over 100 yards, with Josh Allen having the worst game of this year.
Bad.
I'm sure.
Hopefully that's his worst game of the year.
No, it won't be. He'll shit himself again.
You know what? I just noticed that on Coleman, on Steve's team, he's got Roshan Johnson, who might be taking over for Khalil Herbert. Who knows? He did have a 6-point touchdown. And don't forget, he's got Jonathan Taylor waiting in the wings if he ends up playing. And I just read something today looking more and more like a Miami Dolphin. We don't need any more talent in the AFC East. Boy, what a weird.
He doesn't even have Taylor in the IR spot.
I know he doesn't. He could have another guy if he wanted.
It's not dark time there yet.
He doesn't care. It is not dark time to Bry. I tell you, Eckler looked really good. I watched all of that game, and he still looks as spry as ever. Antonio Gibson is his other running back. Who? McCaffrey looks. Oh, he looks good.
Oh, yeah, he does.
So I don't know. I mean, look, there's no second guessing for me. I'm riding with Mahomes. And look, as the Bills fan, it's good news. We got the Chiefs. The Chiefs lose. The Bengals lose. The Chargers lose, even though we would have liked to have seen them beat the Dolphins. But, that's another contender. And I got to tell you, Jacksonville, those 3 receivers, man, you're now with Ridley, Kirk, and Zay Jones. Zay Jones ain't shirtless and bewildered in a hotel room covered in blood anymore. He's got it together and he's playing well. Mansfield Mob. Let's just take a sneak a little peekaloo at the Mansfield Mob because 14. Ooh, it's not good. Justin Fields' cookies. 9 points. That's not what you're looking for him. Chubb, nothing. Williams, nothing. Olave.
Boom.
Look at these 3. How psyched would you be if you had these 3 receivers in your standard league? Olave, Lamb, and Waddle. Sounds like weird attorneys at law. And then Dan Carlson, who I was pissed off I didn't get, a lowly 5. I'll take 10 from Aubrey, the rookie. Oh, and you know what? He does have Tank Bigsby. He does have
Tank Bigsby.
I don't follow the rookies until they make me follow them.
And so far, on the bench,
he's got a 6-pointer. Well, we are looking to go nowhere for the Taysom bitches. And you know what? I'll change my team name. I think I got to give him one. I'll see if I get Dobbs in the waivers. I just hate leaving points on the bench.
I know I'm not anymore. So you're not getting Dobbs. I hope to get Elijah Moore.
I'm taking Lou Dobbs. Elijah Moore.
I got him queued up next.
Of the Cleveland Football Browns?
Yes, sir. Two rushing attempts yesterday.
That's what I actually...
They're giving him the rock in a different way.
Yeah, I heard somebody talking about that. And you know what? By the way, I kind of was high on Trent Sherfield for the Bills as maybe being a sleeper. He hardly ever saw the field.
I saw him on the field once.
I I didn't know what number he was. First
Yeah,
of all,
so
and then I had to look it up. I'm like, that number is not on the field right now. But you know what? That Deontay Hardy, they were using a
hey,
little
I'll
gadgety.
I'll tell you, I told you something a few weeks ago, and it came to fruition. There was a lot of 12 personnel happening yesterday,
Yeah.
especially in the first half while we were ahead. And interestingly, though, most of the rookie tight ends catches were kind of out routes to the sideline. We didn't see
Yes.
him going up the middle.
I'd like to
I
see
think
more of
that
that
will
up the
happen.
middle.
Yeah.
Got him a little involved. I wasn't crazy about the play calling. Look, next week's it's another game. The Raiders. Hopefully that'll get us well. 22
Raiders.
points. I'm hoping to at least triple that for next week. Johnny, the clock on the wall says it's time for final thoughts going into week 2 of this fine fantasy football season.
Pick up some good transactions, reevaluate your team, reevaluate the Bills.
Reevaluate your life.
Yeah.
Put your house in order. Play this season like it's your last. Who knows what's going to happen? And you know what? I want to say my final thought is don't overreact. I look at the
yeah.
I see at these writers, and I know they got to write something, but you don't have to drop Adam Thielen. You don't have to drop him yet. It's one game.
No.
These guys are still, he's got a rookie quarterback. These teams are trying to figure it out. Offense always comes along slowly. Do not overreact. It's a long, long season. Just you know, don't get your panties in a bunch.
And Bills Mafia, chill out. Let's not fire Ken Dorsey, and let's not resign ourselves to a 7-10 season. You're all a bunch of psychopaths. Chill
I
out.
agree. And you know what? For our final words tonight, to quote a man with a really, really sore ankle, relax. Just relax. It's all going to be fine unless you're Aaron Rodgers, and then it's not. But you know what? We still love you, Aaron. We love you even more that you're not going to play another down of football. Hey, for John Burrell, I'm Brian Dunkleman. This has been OG Fantasy Football. We'll see you next week. Go Bills.
Go Bills.